Nick. I'm with Sunshine State RVs in Gainesville, Florida. We are the #1 Class B RV dealership in the state of Florida. Now we're #2 in the whole United States of America. And it's because all we do all day, every day is sell, service, and talk about Class B RVs, van campers, van life, whatever. A lot of people call it something different. Mini mobile homes, conversion vans, whatever they're called, that's what we specialize in. There's a lot of names for it. And now there's a lot of new names too. Overland van, adventure van. There's all different types of vans. They all kind of boil under that Class B RV camper. So we are in Gainesville, Florida. We deliver for free anywhere in the country, and we sell vans. About half of the vans we're selling right now are going all over the country. We are delivering them for free everywhere, all over the United States. We represent some of the absolute best brands in the Class B market. If we don't represent it, it's because it's not one of the best brands. I'm just being honest. I'm leaving it there. If we don't represent it, it's because I've looked at it and we've decided that is not a van that we want to sell. But one brand I am super proud that we do sell and I absolutely love is Midwest Automotive Designs. They're based in Elkhart, Indiana. They started off probably about 20 years ago making Sprinter vans, luxury conversion, limo style vans. And then here in the last 10, 15 years, they've transitioned into making those still, but making some of the highest end, most luxurious Class B vans on Sprinter chassis and Ford Transit chassis. So what you see behind me is pretty cool. It is a Midwest Patriot. It is an MD2-S, which is on the standard chassis. So Mercedes builds on 3 chassis. They have the 19-foot, a 22-foot, and a 24-foot. So this is the 22-foot. So this is the one in the middle. It's not 24, but it's not 19, right? So it's right in the middle, which is good because it's easy to park, easy to drive, has a good amount of storage still, and you don't feel very cramped in it. It's great for a couple, great for traveling, lots of good uses. This is an all-wheel drive Mercedes diesel Sprinter. This has the Overland package. It is stone gray with ginseng interior. And what is super unique about this is that it is a hybrid. So it has the generator and lithium batteries. So it has both. So your air conditioner, your fridge, your microwave, everything can run on the generator, or it can run on your lithium batteries, or it can run if you're plugged into a campground. So I love that there's so much redundancy within the power that you're not just counting on one source of power. You have lots of different options. So in this video, we are gonna dive into what makes Midwest the most luxurious Class B Sprinter van company in the world. We're also gonna dive into this Overland package that this one has, and then how the hybrid works, you know, between the generator, the lithium, the plug, all of that stuff. I'm gonna talk about that as well. So my goal in this video is, if you're looking for a Sprinter van, to show you why Midwest should be at the top of your list. My goal is also to help you build some trust with Sunshine State RVs, and to help you, if you're looking for a Class B RV anywhere in the country, to know that we can deliver it to you, we'll fly you here, and we have the absolute best brands of Class Bs in Gainesville. So let's dive right into it. As we are walking through here, you see I love this color. It is stone gray. It's a little bit of a muted color. And this one has the black wheels. It has the BFGoodrich all-terrain tires. Every chassis that Midwest is using is a high-contented, fully loaded chassis. So it has the high-performance LED headlights. It has the parking sensors, has the bird's eye view. It has the push-button start, adaptive cruise, the big nav screen. Everything that Mercedes offers, Midwest has on their chassis. This also has this new graphics package that they're doing. I don't remember the name of it, but instead of all this being chrome, everything is painted, I guess. So this is painted black. These are not black. These are painted the same color. So it's like this appearance package that they do. Midwest also has a 4-camera security system. So you got cameras in the back, cameras on the sides, and then camera in the front, back, and both sides. So I really like that. This is an all-wheel drive, so this is lifted. The all-wheel drive gives it about a 2-inch lift. This is a standard suspension. So if you wanted to upgrade your suspension, at Sunshine State RVs, we upgrade these suspensions every day. We're doing a Winnebago Echo today. I just walked by it on my way here. We're doing Storyteller upgrade suspension. We're doing it to Midwest vans. We had a 144 in there the other day that we're upgrading the suspension. So anything from Agile to Fox to Invictus, any of the upgraded suspensions, we can do it, and we love doing that kind of work. So part of the Overland package are the KC lights that are on top. It is the roof rack with ladder and these metal steel running boards. These are not your typical fiberglass running boards that when you hit something or a rock or you take it off-road a little bit, they're gonna get damaged. These are very heavy-duty running boards. This ladder is also good to help you climb. You know, I'm 236 pounds. I can easily climb on the roof. I can store stuff up here. I can take stuff down. There's actually room up here to set a chair and just kind of hang out. You can also adjust your KC lights. You can take the covers off if you want, but if you wanted them to go lower, if you want them to all point, you know, like if you want to spread them out a little bit so you have more of like a 180 vision, you can do that. But I love how flexible they are. You just have them all be straight and take the covers off. When you're taking this thing to Burning Man, you can make sure to have lights everywhere you go, which I love. But I like the roof rack because it does kind of protect the roof when there's limbs and stuff, but also you can store stuff on it. There are solar panels up here along with the Gree air conditioner. Some people say, Nick, I don't need to get on my roof. I'm not gonna, but I still like the roof rack because I can store paddle boards or surfboards and I can strap it on here. So I've seen people store stuff on the roof rack and strap it on. Which is pretty nice as well. But this is heavy duty. You know, everything Midwest does is pretty heavy duty. Now, this is pretty unique. So as you look at the side of the van, you'll see there's not a lot of inlets, cutouts, or things like on other vans. They have an all-in-one utility bay. You may look at this and say, Nick, even though it's all-in-one, I'm still lost, I'm still confused, and I have no idea how to use any of this stuff. So you have come to the right place, let me tell you. At Sunshine State RVs, we fly you in from anywhere in the country, or we deliver free to your house. If you come to Gainesville, we will pick you up at the airport. We will bring you to the dealership. We will then teach you how to use your van. We have Corey, one of our technicians, spend as much time with you as you need, showing you how to use this Macerator hose, showing you how to use your smart plug, how to use anything, the propane, the generator, the lithium, the inverter, everything on this coach. They spend as much time with you as you need teaching you how to use it. But wait, we don't stop there. We put you up for your first 2 nights at a campground. It's actually a really nice campground. Me and my wife stayed there during one of the rallies, and my wife was like, is this really like how nice campgrounds are? Because this is nice. Like, we've been to some not so nice ones, but we've also been to Fort Wilderness at Disney. That's beautiful. But the Santa Fe Palms RV Resort is where we put everybody up, and we absolutely love that campground. And so we put you up there for the first 2 nighs, so that way you can test everything in your new van. Any issues, any questions, any problems, you come right back immediately and we take care of it. No questions asked, no appointment needed. You come right back and we take care of it. My goal when you leave Gainesville is that you A, know how to work your entire RV that you just bought, and B, you know that everything works. How to work it and know that everything works. Those are 2 important things when you're going home in your new RV, wherever you are in the country. The other cool thing is we give tech support on the phone, guaranteed service appointment within 5 days. And then also if you live within 100 miles, we valet your RV free. We go pick it up, bring it back, service it, deliver it back to you at no charge. So lots of cool things we do. And that's one of the big reasons why we are the #1 dealership in Florida and climbing to #2 in the United States. So look at this thing. This is the Power Macerator hose. So this is how far away from the black tank in the campground you can park. You stick it in, you press a button, and it grinds up the waste and puts it back in here. Now, you say, Nick, how are you gonna get this thing back in the RV? It's actually pretty cool, right? There's a button here that you press and it just retracts it. And so, you know, sometimes I hold it and help it, but this button here, you don't have to really do anything. You don't have to have gloves on. I would recommend it. I'd recommend having a towel, having some gloves, but you press a button and this whole thing just automatically retracts. This is the only Class B van that I know of, and by the way, this is brand new and clean. So even though they're brand new, we still flush them, we still put water in them and all that. But this is the only van that I know of that has the power retracting reel, which is awesome. In here, you also have your black valve, gray valve, your city water fill, you have an outside shower, you got tank flushes, which are great because when, you know, if you don't use it for a little while and your tank gets a little crusty, you can flush it out in there, which is pretty awesome. This 22-foot Sprinter van does have dual wheels. It does have a generator. So, you know, a lot of the Eco Freedom ones do not have generators or propane. They just have lithium. This has 540 amp hours of lithium, and it has the Onan generator, and you can plug it in. So it has hot water, has everything. So everything in this van can work on the lithium or the generator or being plugged in. So lots of flexibility when it comes to how to use your RV. It has a smart plug. Back here, you have the tow hitch, you have parking sensors. You do have 2 different cameras up there. One of them is for the 4-camera security system, and one of them is for the bird's eye view camera that it has. As we'll keep continuing, you have your Carefree power awning with LED lights on it. You know, back 15 years ago when we used to take my 4 kids camping, we go to Fort Wilderness all the time. That was like my kids' favorite place in the entire world to go, was take an RV to Fort Wilderness. And my wife had this box and it said camping supplies, and balled up in this little white wadded ball was icicle Christmas lights. And I'd always be like, baby, we don't need Christmas lights to camping. But she'd put the awning out and she would hang them, and the campsite was not done until those Christmas lights were hung from that awning. And once they were done, then she could sit back and relax and say, okay, my job's done. And so it did kind of add to the look and the feel of the campsite, which is great. Dual wheels. So the power awning here, this is kind of where you would camp, where you hang out. There is a 110 plug here. So if you did need to plug something in, I'd always bring like a griddle or like a George Foreman or something I could cook outside. So we'd be sitting here. I got so many pictures and videos of me holding a 1-year-old flipping eggs with the 3-year-old and the 5-year-old sitting right there watching. All 4 of my kids are all 2 years apart. So we had a newborn, 2, 4, and 6-year-old at one point. Yes, we're crazy. We did get cable. We survived though. Now they're all in, like 2 are in college, one's in high school, one's in middle school. So we did survive it, but I got pictures of all of us sitting here cooking, flipping pancakes and eggs, and it was the best thing ever, by the way. So like I talked about earlier, the big running board here, I love how they have their logo kind of implanted all through this running board. So this one has the Overland package, it has the appearance package, it has the generator, it has the lithium, it's all-wheel drive, Mercedes Sprinter. On the outside, this looks like a rough and tough Overland van. But on the inside, it's one of the most luxurious Class B vans you've ever been in, and this is why. And here it is. Ginseng interior, Black Denali cabinetry, black countertops. This is all part of that Onyx package. This is like that appearance. They call it the Onyx package. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I love how all of the walls are leather, how the wood is this really nice high-end luxury look. The cabinets, the floors, the seats, everything in this coach just screams luxury. It screams, look how nice everything is, from the big fridge to the dual induction to the big countertop, the black handles, which I really like, the Gree air conditioner, the ottomans, the power sofa, everything in here screams luxury. But it's not just luxury that's kind of fake luxury. It's luxury that has the hybrid package with the generator, with the lithium, with everything that Midwest offers on the Overland. So you have luxury and Overland kind of combined into one, which that's like me and my wife. So I want the Overland look. My wife wants a luxury look. So if we were looking for a van, this would be the type of marriage in a van that we'd be looking for, because I want something that looks rough and tough and cool that can get me anywhere. And she wants something that when she walks in, looks luxurious and aesthetically pleasing and beautiful and comfortable. And I like that stuff too. But give me the rough and Overland of the outside of this thing, and then my wife loves the inside of it. So The front area is pretty cool. So I love this workstation right here. So you have this seat here, swivels around. You do have a desk here that does. This goes up and down pretty easily to where you can work here. You have a plug, you have a HDMI, USB, USB-C, everything here with your own light. So my wife does like to sleep a little longer than I do, and she tells me that I make her sound lazy in some of these videos. She is a mother of 4 that has raised 4 wonderful kids and has done so much for them while I work. So there's nothing lazy about my wife at all, but she does sleep a little longer than I do. And she tells me it's because of my snoring, so she blames it on me, that I make it harder for her to fall asleep. But she sleeps longer, I wake up earlier. So I would wake up and I would come sit up here and I'd hang out here. I'd have my coffee, I'd have my laptop, my iPad, the newspaper. My kids make fun of me, so I still read the newspaper. But I would have all of that up here while she was sleeping way back here. So I mean, that's almost 20 feet away. She'd be back here, I'd be up there, and there'd be plenty of space in between us to where when I'm making coffee and I'm hanging out, making a little commotion up here, that it wouldn't wake her up, so she would be able to still sleep. So I like how there's 2 separate areas in here. There's an area in the back and there's an area in the front. Both of these seats do swivel to make a really cool area here. So then as you're walking, you do have storage above. So this entire thing above the head of the driver and passenger seat storage. This does have the Alpine sound system. So there's 2 Alpine speakers here. There's a subwoofer in the back with 2 more speakers, which is really cool. And then all of that can be used from the Bluetooth stereo in the back or the TV in the back. Let's open this bathroom. So this is a nice big double door bathroom here. I like some of the doors on these, they open right here. So it kind of, gets in the way. This opens up completely. So you can use this as a shower, use it obviously as a toilet room, but you can also use it as a closet, as a pantry, as a cabinet, because you don't always have to have a bathroom and a shower with you when you travel. If you're going on a quicker trip and you just need to bring stuff, I have seen a lot of people use this, and I've actually used it also as storing whatever. My golf clubs, I put 2 sets of golf clubs in here and would go golfing and not use this as a bathroom. So there is plenty of space in here. I mean, as you can see, lots of knee room, leg room. I'm 6 foot tall, 236 pounds, and I got plenty of space. If I'm brushing my teeth, I'm washing my hands, I'm shaving. This is your shower head here. So you have your shower head there. This is also, it can be a handheld. You can sit and shower, you can stand up. You do have the hot and cold water. I really like how they give you this teak floor. This is a porcelain toilet, and this goes out to the black tank. There's a gray tank, there's fresh water, all of that on it as well. So I really like the space in here. Then when you're done, there is a shower curtain. There's a light in here. Oh, look at that. Let there be light. There's a light, there's a fan. So that way, any time you're in here and you need an exhaust fan, there it is. So double doors, which I think is great. I also like when you're in there with the door shut, you do have a little bit of natural light coming in as well. As we're walking, so this is the countertop. It's about, I'd say 5.5 feet wide. So you do have a lot of space to make sandwiches, to use it to cook, to prepare meals. Nice big rectangle sink here. This is a home style faucet. It's an Onyx. It's part of the Onyx package, which is really cool. This is where you would keep your sponges. They got a couple of remotes there. One of the remotes is for the air conditioner. So this has the new Gree air conditioner. And something I really like about this MD2-S hybrid model is that the controls are on the air conditioner or on this remote. So it's really nice that you can use it here, and you can also use it here when you're in bed. So you're gonna be in bed, have the remote right next to you. If in the middle of the night you get hot, you get cold, just grab it and you can do it. My wife's temperature goes through lots of different phases at night. Sometimes she's bundled up like an Eskimo, and other times all the covers are off, and the AC's on. We just built a house a couple years ago, and I was told I'm not allowed to have a fan in our bedroom. It's not aesthetically pleasing anymore. So now we just have to crank the AC down a lot lower. I love how they have these dovetail drawers in here. Nice solid wood. There's no cheapening out on anything in this RV. So nice big drawers there. 3 nice big drawers there. And then what every good RV needs is a garbage can drawer. So this is made specifically for your garbage can, which I really like as well. Another one, this is probably for your silverware, forks and knives, stuff like that. And then you have a cabinet here. You can put pots and pans. Everybody travels different. Everyone cooks different. Some people don't even cook, you know, they just eat out every meal. And so they don't need the induction stove. That's why I think it's so great that it's smooth to where if you don't need it, it's there. You can use it to make sandwiches, use it to, you know, prepare things. Convection microwave, nice big double door fridge and freezer. Check that out. So nice and big. This is one of the things you get with the MD2 that you do not get with the MD4. The MD4 is 4 seats in the front. It gives you a smaller fridge. The MD2-S and the MD2 on the extended version of this, which is 24 feet, you get the same fridge. This is the, hey, say what's up, Tim? This is the hanging closet where you would hang your clothes. You have a mirror, and then you have 2 ottomans. So they have, you know, we just did this big Midwest rally here in Gainesville. We had about 80 vans camping in Gainesville a couple months ago. Jackie, who is a phenomenal group leader, she's like the leader of their Facebook group. She organizes some of the best rallies and campouts and Facebook group that's on there. You know, between the Coachman Beyond and the Midwest Automotive, those are 2 of the best Facebook groups that are on the internet, in my opinion. But Jackie does a great job of helping new owners. She does a great job of, you know, helping people who have technical issues get connected with the plant and with the manufacturer. She also does a great job of facilitating a great rally. So we had 80 campers at a rally. Jackie planned the whole thing, and we get to show up and bring a bunch of new RVs. So that way everyone who's owned these vans for a while can see what's new and great. One of the things that everybody commented on was how comfortable these new sofas are and these new ottomans. They said these are the most comfortable that they've ever sat in. So people who had 2022s and 2023s and 2021s, they were like, man, that couch, those ottomans are so much more comfortable than mine. So I feel bad that Midwest was making uncomfortable couches for a few years, but I also am very thankful that now they're making some of the most comfortable couches on the market, which is great. And the big question was, everybody wanted to know, could we swap out our old couch for a new one? I thought that was funny. Lagoon table, so there's a table in the front. You can have it here to have a dinette. You can also use the Lagoon table to, well, actually not the Lagoon table, but there's these mats, right? These like, there you go, this is just one. So here is the thing that goes in the middle, and we can do this, and we can do this. I know I'm doing it backwards. Look at that, could be twin beds, right? You can have one bed there, but really, let's see if I can sit like this while this reclines. You press a button, this fully reclines into a bed. So, like I said, 6 foot tall. Plenty, I mean, look at this. There's at least 6 inches right here, 8 inches, so lots of space there, and lots of space here to where someone else could sleep in this bed very easily. A lot of times it is somebody else and a furry friend that sleeps in the bed, so there's lots of space for you, for your furry friend, for anybody that wants to sleep. You can roll over, lots of room there, and it's very flat, very comfortable. So very thin, you know, and this is what also is popular. I'll show you this one here. This is the way most people sleep in these. They do this, and then let's just kind of move that out of the way. So they sleep like this, so that way they can sleep, one's on one side, one's on the other, and then they can drop their feet and they can get in and out of bed pretty easily. If they did that, this would just store back where it goes, which is right under. See if I can get it in there. Nope. There we go. So we go right underneath there, and you just get in and out of bed pretty easy. So I love how you can do it. You can also leave that recline some. I paid a lot of money for a bed that does that, and this actually comes with it. So that's not an added option, but I think it's pretty cool that if you need it to incline a little more, depending on how far you need the incline, you can sleep like this if you want. So I like that you can leave it like this and sleep with it inclined some, or you can sleep with it flat. Totally up to you. My wife says I don't snore as much if I sleep with it inclined. I say I don't snore at all. I've never heard myself snore. There's no proof anywhere that I snore, so I would say that I don't. LED lights back here. There are the same Alpine speakers, cup holders, and LG Smart TV. So it's a 24-inch TV. It does have HDMI hookups to where if you're working back here, if a lot of people work remote, if you're working back here, you can plug in to this and use this as a second monitor and have your laptop, which is great. You can also be on YouTube, Netflix, Amazon Prime, I mean, whatever, however you watch TV, whatever you stream, it's all included here as well. And then there is the Bluetooth Alpine stereo with the subwoofer underneath. This does come ready for any internet you want. The most popular one right now is Starlink. We are installing Starlink on about half the RVs we're selling right now, which is pretty great because Starlink is a great source for internet while you're working, while you're just recreationally traveling around. Oh, you know what? I never opened these. Man, Tim, I almost forgot. Look at this. So big, long, wide storage on both of these. There's a big one back here. And so what's cool is this actually goes all the way back outside. I didn't open it when I was out there, but look how deep this is. So this, look how deep this is. It's that deep. So this is a very big and deep storage there. And then you have another one here. If you did get Starlink or internet, this is where we would mount it in here. There's power, everything's set up. So pretty cool. There is a Elwell hydronic heater here. And so this does work off the fuel system of the coach. Hot water is the same way. So there is propane on the coach for the generator, but the batteries can power everything else. 540 amp hours of lithium batteries, solar on the roof, 240 or 300 watts of solar, 3,000 watt inverter is what's part of this package as well. Underhood, the heavy duty alternator is also on it, and the generator, the lithium, and the plug. Between those three things, you will always have power everywhere you go. So I love the flexibility. I love this hybrid package. And I think if you ask me, Nick, what package do you want? Rather than having 1,000 amp hours of batteries, I'd rather have 540 amp hours and an Onyx generator because you have different sources of power. You can use a generator. Oh, and one other thing, on the Firefly system here, you do have automatic gen start, which is very neat. So right now, we have automatic gen start. They call it AGS. There it is. So automatic gen start is very cool because you can set the generator to turn on at different triggers. So you can set it to when the volts are low. You can also set it to trigger for temperature. You can set it for all different types of reasons. You can also control every light here, and you can check out your tanks. You can check out your batteries. You can turn every light on and off. Your sofa, your awning, everything can be controlled from this Firefly. And then you have your Victron inverter that can all be controlled from your phone. So you can have a Firefly app and a Victron app, and that can control everything here. So Midwest does a great job of finding some of the best components on the market and bringing them all together and put them in this ultra luxurious Overland coach. Ultra luxurious Overland, so ULO, maybe we can call it that, I don't know, but ultra luxurious, like UFO, ULO, ultra luxurious Overland. I love that package. That's the package that me and my wife would get when we go to buy a van for us to travel in. So Sunshine State RVs, we are in Gainesville, Florida. We will deliver for free anywhere in the United States, and about a third of the vans we're selling right now, almost between a third and half some months, are being delivered out of the state to all over the country, which is great because it is giving people the possibility of having the best customer service, some of the best vans at a very fair price. So reach out to us, let us know if you have any questions, anything we can do to help. And I really hope you enjoyed this video on a Midwest Automotive Designs Patriot MD2-S. That's the standard with 22 feet long, which is great. So check out our other videos, and thank you for watching.